Hey guys, Martin here with another edition weekly of We're Still Here. If not 4 months, it's very close to 4 months, and I think that's really. I just want to keep saying how cool it is that we've been doing this for so long, and I know all it is a vlog, and some people might call it a glorified vlog, and some people might just call it an excuse for me to whine about my problems. But I, those of you who are paying attention, hopefully know that it's not that, and that it's different, and this isn't just for me. But if you've been sticking with it since week one, I want to say that's amazing. You're amazing. And even if you just started watching, I want to say thank you. And you are also amazing for opening up to the idea of talking or listening to me talk about depression and its effects on me and people in general and on my life and on lives in general. This week's episode is going to be very different from the usual affair because last time I was Mariana did the one last week, but last time I recorded for this, it took a lot out of me. I don't know how many of you watched it, but it did. It took its toll on me, and I had a bit of a rough week. And I'm not going to blame the video for that because the video was a very good release and it was a very necessary thing to talk about for me. And I still don't think I've exhausted my thoughts on the subject of feeling suicidal, but it definitely had an impact on me, and I really struggled to get through the past week. Uh, I'm okay now. I have friends supporting me, but I don't feel up to talking about something negative right now. I feel like it'll be too much. It'll be like filling a balloon too full of air, you know. So, and I know I guess really it should feel like a release more than it feels like I'm being filled up with a negative feeling. But I don't know. After 4 months, it's hard to keep going with that consistently. So even though I usually want to do talk about like a happy moment or a happy memory or a feeling or experience and then move on to talking about depression, I think this week I'm going to do something different. So without further ado, here's something that makes me happy. You guys have no idea how much it means to be in this weird position that I'm in, and to feel an enormous amount of gratitude to a large number of people I've never met, and to a large number of people that I have met. That I honestly it's baffling alone that I was able to reach out and communicate with as many people as I have done, just because, and I've talked about this in previous videos, I was a recluse for a good 8, 9, 10 years of my life. Like I didn't literally drop off the face of the earth, but I dropped off the face of the earth for all intents and purposes. And there are a lot of friends from my past who probably think I'm dead just because of that, just because they have no idea what happened to me. And I made no attempt to reach out to them and let them know. Just because I was so, I guess, ashamed and I felt guilty as a result of my depression at the time, and I just couldn't bring myself to talk to people. But now, being in this position that I'm in now, and having so many people, especially as a result of these videos, reaching out to me and talking to me on a personal level, it's so amazing. And I really want to take this video to, if anything else, or if nothing else, say thank you for that. Thank you, because without you guys, I literally would not be here. I can say that with certainty. I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't know the people I know. I wouldn't be the person I've become. And I've become what I've become has been more than I ever hoped. You know? It's really hard to say that, and I feel like I'm bragging, but I'm not. I'm very. It sometimes feels like I'm looking at somebody else doing the things that I'm doing, So it's hard for me to really stand there and be like, yeah, I've had this great life and I have these great opportunities, because I don't believe that I've earned them or that I'm even experiencing them at times. But what I do have, I have because of you. And I don't want to talk too much about the fact that you've helped me. I want to talk about the fact that you help people in general by being encouraging and by giving people a chance and by taking the time to send positive vibes, or even taking the time to just give somebody a moment's attention. Because that's all I ever asked for, was a moment's attention, and you guys gave me a million more in abundance, more than I ever deserved, and that's all it takes sometimes to change someone's life completely for the better. Don't ever underestimate what you do for people every day by just not discounting them and by taking the time to make them feel like they're part of this ride that we're all on, and that they're just as valuable as anybody else, especially you or me. I still am in a weird place where I'm convinced of this, but I for a long time was convinced I was a waste of space. I was convinced I was worthless. But people came into my life and made me feel otherwise. Not even by making any grand gestures. And I include everybody I've ever met. Even people who have ultimately either left my life or have fallen off the radar. The vast majority of them, if not all of them, have done something at some point to make me feel like a human being should feel, and not like a human being shouldn't, which is how I feel a lot lately. But on the internet, it's hard, especially with the whole anonymity thing. It's hard to feel like a valuable member of society, because nobody takes you seriously. But every so often you meet somebody, and I've met a lot of people, so there's a lot of you out there. Every so often you meet somebody who gives a crap, and I've met lots of those. I met Katie, I've met X, I've met my wife. Mariana obviously gives a crap. But also so many of you whose names I don't even know. You make me a better person, and there are probably hundreds of other people that you do the same for without even knowing it. And I want to say thank you on their behalf. Because 14 weeks ago I would not be able to do what I'm doing right now, but because of you guys and your support, and I apologize if I've not been able to reply to some of your emails. I do try. But because of your support, and because you've been willing to fight, and because you've been willing to listen, it doesn't seem like it's a lot of effort, but it's a lot more than you realize, and it means a lot more. Because of you, I'm still here, and I'm doing okay. And I hope you are. There are so many of you that thank me, and you deserve all the thanks. You're so brave. I mean, I don't have as much to lose as a lot of people. You know, I'm in a relatively safe position behind my camera, but some of you putting yourselves out there, you're incredibly brave. And thank you for your bravery, and thank you for your support, and thank you for your kindness. And these are things that people don't usually expect thanks for and don't usually give thanks for, I guess, but you have to be aware that you're doing a good thing and that you're making a difference with just being thoughtful enough to care unconsciously. And I just want to keep saying thank you. This is, as far as I'm concerned, that's what this whole video is for, is just to thank you for giving me this opportunity and so many others, and for giving your family and your friends the opportunity for your kindness and your positive influence, even if it's probably not always the case, but you've taken time at some point to do that, so thank you. And maybe take some time, you know, maybe if you don't think about it so often, maybe take some time to actively be positive for other people. Because the beginning of this year, actually sometime last year, I decided to stop being such a negative force in the world. I mentioned this in the first We're Still Here. I just want to do something positive with the opportunity I've been given. And maybe what I do isn't that much. I don't contribute money to charity on a constant basis. I don't make these amazing world-changing videos. I just talk about how sometimes it's really awful to feel this way against your will. But I made a choice to not be so passively negative and cynical. And it made the world a difference for me. I don't know what it's changed about, how you perceive me in general, but I feel much better off for it. And I feel much better off for having you guys in my life, even extraneously. So thank you. I want to keep saying it. Thank you for just being around and being able to listen and everything. I just wanted a big positive for this week, I think it's going to help. It's going to help me a lot anyway. So just thank you. I do apologize if that wasn't what you needed this week, or if you felt like I could have spent the time talking about something more valuable or more important. But I really needed to just have a positive vibe for this one. So I'll probably return to the usual format next time. And it'll come out on Monday. I'm sorry about this one being late. It just work caught up with me. I had to get a certain video done. Otherwise, it was just going to keep sitting on my shelf and, making life, making it a bit of a struggle to work, knowing that it wasn't done yet. But yeah, I really wanted to take this time to let you know that I'm not just doing these videos and, in my own little world and doing it for me and nothing else. I want you to know that I really, even when I find peace and happiness, and when I find that, maybe I don't need therapy or medication anymore, I'm still going to want to be here. I'm still going to want to talk to you. Don't know if you can hear the birds singing in the background. It's probably a bit quiet, but it's a nice Tuesday morning. And it's going to be a decent week this time. So let's do this. Yeah. Thank you.